Hi, welcome to today's episode of Quality in a Quick. I'm Bob Cruz, President and co-founder of Checkpoint Technologies. So before I dive into the topic today, I actually want to share with you the challenge or the problem that the topic is going to discuss. I hear managers and other leaders at many organizations state, we don't test enough. Too many defects are getting into production. Have you heard that? The truth is, you're probably testing too much. So you're probably designing and maintaining too many test cases. Perhaps you're executing the same test for the same conditions over and over again. So you're busy, but you're not productive. And you're failing to test what truly needs to be tested. You're not maximizing the coverage, so coverage of requirements, use cases, etc. The solution is to design, develop, and create strategies for test planning, test design, and test data generation. So now to today's topic, one of these strategies involves heuristics. Heuristics is defined as involving or serving as an aid to learning, discovery, or problem solving by experimental and especially trial and error methods. That's the definition of heuristics. Heuristic thinking involves mental shortcuts that ease the cognitive load of making a decision. So some examples of this method would include using a rule of thumb, an educated guess, perhaps an intuitive judgment, stereotyping or profiling, common sense, so paying attention to your gut, if you will. So think about whenever you've played 20 questions. In 20 questions, if I state, I'm thinking of a famous person, in all likelihood, what are some of the first questions you're going to ask? Probably, is the person a female or male? Is he or she alive? Is the person fictitious or real? Is the person and then you might name an occupation. So why are you doing that? Well, because you're trying to eliminate or narrow down as much as possible. And each question that you ask influences the next question that you ask. Testing should be the same way. So you're trying to address the greatest number of logical criteria to detect a defect. So from 20 questions, what can we apply to testing? Well, identifying relevant questions addresses larger pool of requirements, defects, or tests. Using the knowledge of the subject and what we learn as we test adds value. Utilizing heuristics and exploratory methods adds value. The two types of heuristics I'd like to emphasize are code heuristics and test case heuristics. So with code heuristics, that would be used during test case design, perhaps even unit testing. It is especially effective when designing unit tests in a shift-left environment, when testers have strong technical skills. The idea is that you want to focus on the high-risk code, so perhaps large modules, because they tend to have more defects. Modules that have changed frequently are defect-prone. Modules that have failed frequently in the past will likely fail again in the future. And modules that have very high coupling with other modules or units, they tend to have more defects. For object-oriented programs, classes that are deeper in the inheritance hierarchy tend to have more defects. So these are all aspects that you need to think about when utilizing the strategy of heuristics. With test case heuristics, you want to ask which tests are uncovering the greatest number of and most significant defects. Prioritize the test cases and only run the top few. Tests and data that have found defects in the past will probably find them again. Look at the tests that exercise commonly used and core features. Ensure that you know the tests that maximize coverage of requirements and the source code. So with test case heuristics, keep all of these in mind. Respect your knowledge, understand what you know. You probably know a lot more than you think. And believe me, utilizing heuristics will truly improve your software testing processes. If you have any topics, any questions, any thoughts, please email me at quality@checkpointtech.com. The email's right here. And here are some exciting events that Checkpoint Technologies will be hosting soon. I'm Bob Cruz, President and co-founder of Checkpoint Technologies. Thank you so much. Have a great day.